When I was about 13 years old, I watched what is still the weirdest movie I've ever seen, the 1980 movie musical Xanadu. Starring Olivia Newton-John and Gene Kelly, and with music by ELO, this movie had all the resources to be incredible, but let me tell you, it is absolutely wild from start to finish. Variety magazine described it as stupendously bad, and the Washington Post said, Xanadu cannot possibly be described as a good movie, but it can be recommended to those who can tolerate large amounts of intravenous marzipan. I don't even know what that means, but it doesn't sound too great. The movie centers around Sonny Malone, an artist whose job is to paint record albums, but bigger. He's basically painting posters so record stores can advertise stuff. Anyway, the movie opens with Sonny ripping up a drawing. He's been trying to become a freelance artist, but he's decided to give up and return to his album painting job. But in mourning for his dead dream, he throws the drawing out his window and the pieces float for what seems like entirely too long, until they finally fall by a mural of 9 girls in an alleyway. Cause you know how every dark, shady alleyway has a beautifully drawn mural at the end, right? And apparently, our man Sonny strictly uses black magic paper, because the girls in the mural just come to life and start dancing to ELO's I'm Alive, and what I can only describe as one of the most interesting opening scenes I've ever seen. Once the mural gals are done dancing, they shoot into the sky like Powerpuff Girls, but one comes falling back down. Olivia Newton-John's character, Kira. Kira lands back on the earth in roller skates, because why not, and kisses Sonny as she skates past him on the beach. Then we cut to Sonny coming into work, where he's given a new album cover to paint. But oh ho ho, what's that? On this album cover, he sees Kira, the girl who just kissed him on the beach.
Oh my god.
So less than 5 minutes into his workday, he just dips and starts stalking this poor girl. Apparently, he knows everyone in the music industry, because plot, so he tracks down a photographer, and we learn that the album cover was supposed to only be a landscape picture, but Kira just appeared in one of the shots. Picture man liked it, and he used it at the album cover, which I'm pretty sure is breaking several laws, but whatever. But this doesn't really help Sonny find her, like, at all, so he keeps looking. He goes back to the beach where she first kissed him, and while Kira's not there, he does find an old guy playing clarinet on a rock. Sonny walks up to him and kinda just starts roasting him, telling him to pick a better song to play, and then he just keeps on looking for Kira. Remember that sage old clarinet man though, cause he's gonna be important later. But eventually, after a full day of stalking, Sonny finds the building from the album cover, and very nonchalantly breaks in. I guess my mans didn't break in for nothing though, because he spots Kira roller skating inside. Personally, I'd be pretty weirded out if I saw a woman roller skating in silence in the middle of a dark abandoned warehouse. But this is Sonny we're talking about. He's already spent a whole day stalking this girl. He doesn't mind. What's really weird about this scene though is that Sonny seems mad that he's seen her so many times now.
Before today I never laid eyes on you. Now I've seen you 3 times in one day. That's a little too coincidental.
Which doesn't really make any sense, because he's the one that just spent his entire Monday hunting her down. But this is Sonny's world, I guess. We're just the losers living in it. Anyway, Kira introduces herself and he immediately backpedals and decides, you know what, I'm gonna ask her out. He promises they'll see each other again and mysteriously roller skates away, vanishing into thin air. So the next day at work, Sonny goes to a record store to hang up some of his paintings, where he runs into none other than old Clarinet Man. And I guess they're besties now, cause Clarinet Man, whose real name is Danny, takes Sonny to his house so they can listen to music together. There we learn that Danny is freaking rich, because he used to be a famous clarinet player, but he retired when his band's singer ran out on him. Sonny asks him if he's ever considered getting back into music, and Danny says he'd like to start a jazz club, but he can't find a place for it. And then he just hires Sonny as his real estate agent because he thinks he has a good eye, and Sonny, knowing nothing about real estate, accepts this offer for some forsaken reason. Later, Kira convinces Sonny to pitch her sketchy abandoned warehouse as Danny's new club spot. For some reason, Danny loves it, and he and Sonny become partners. So they start fixing up the place, with Kira and Sonny, those crazy kids, falling in love along the way. The day before the club's big opening night though, Sonny tells Kira he loves her for the first time, and Kira says she has a confession to make. It turns out, Kira is the daughter of Zeus, one of the 9 muses from Greek mythology.
Muse. Any of the 9 sisters...
Like the album cover?
Any of the 9 sister goddesses in Greek mythology, presiding over song and poetry and the arts and sciences. And do you believe me now, Sonny?
She explains that she was sent to Earth to inspire Sunny and help him regain his passion for art. But she fell in love along the way, breaking the greatest Muse commandment. But now that she's completed her mission, she has to return to her world. She tells Sunny she'll always love him and get zapped away with Powerpuff Girl VFX. Sunny is heartbroken, and he knows he needs to go after her. So he finds the mural that Kira originally popped out of and runs full force at a brick wall. Like, I like Harry Potter too, okay? Don't get me wrong, but please, don't run at a bloody brick wall. You're gonna die, man.
It's close.
It's like feeding a rabbit trisodium phosphate. Just don't do it. I guess lucky for Sunny though, the wall transports him to what I can only assume is meant to be Olympus, but instead of being like the top of the Empire State Building, it's just a black void, which I'm guessing means they ran out of budget for this scene. Nevertheless though, he finds Kira in the void and tells her he's taking her back to Earth, but she says she can't go. So like any real man would do, he starts arguing with the off-camera voice of Zeus and telling him to let Kira go, but Zeus just kicks him out of his void. Cause, you know, he's Zeus. This is Zeus's void. But then Kira sings a love ballad and Zeus goes, okay, never mind, bye-bye. So we cut to opening night at the club. Kira shows up without a word, and then the movie just ends. Yep. That's the ending. So to summarize, this is a movie about a Greek muse inspiring a painter to open a jazz club, which isn't even really a jazz club, but we'll get into that in a minute. But in case you were wondering, it definitely has nothing to do with painting. Like what? Why didn't you just make him paint? Xanadu really only has one thing going for it, and that's its soundtrack, with songs written by ELO and John Farrar, who also wrote songs for Grease, and performed by freaking Olivia Newton-John, an icon, a legend, a queen. This soundtrack is baller. But while I do genuinely love the music, I have to say, it makes absolutely no sense in this movie. None of the songs further the plot or the character development in any way, which may in part be due to the fact that ELO was asked to write a lot of the songs in the movie to fit in with already pre-recorded dance routines. That's like if the Thriller music video was shot and then Michael Jackson was asked to write a song that would fit the zombie core aesthetic and fit all the beats the dancers had, which honestly sounds like a Glee plotline. Like, the opening song with the mural dancers is just weird, and there's also a scene with Danny where he sings the song Whenever You're Away From Me with the ghost of Kira, revealing that she was once his muse too, but this plot point is literally never brought up again, so it doesn't really matter. And later, Danny gets another dance scene that's solely about him finding an outfit to wear to the opening night. So yeah, riveting stuff. On top of that, there's a few love songs between Kira and Sunny, but I feel like they only exist to make it seem like the romance plot isn't as underbaked as it is. And one of them, and you're never gonna see this one coming, is animated. There is an animated love scene where Kira and Sunny turn into horny cartoon fish and horny cartoon birds. And you know why? Because they literally forgot to film a scene. They just forgot. They didn't have any of the actors anymore. So it was a hell of a lot easier and a hell of a lot cheaper to just hire a studio to animate it than to get all the actors back to film it. Though the most confusing scene in the movie has gotta be the last one where we see the opening night of the club. There is so bloody much going on here, so let's start with the first question I had when I saw this scene, which is, what is this club supposed to be? It's like a roller rink, but also a jazz disco club, and there's also jugglers and acrobats and whatever this is. Like, I can't tell if these people work here or if this is a dance class. It's baffling, and it is never explained. The second thing I want to talk about is that the last song changes genres like 4 times. It starts out as a weird cultish chant, and then it turns into a pop song with Olivia Newton-John's entrance, but then it becomes a rock song, and then a country song, and then a pop song again, but she's dressed like an alien this time. It is truly mind-boggling. Olivia Newton-John has 7 costume changes just in this scene, and every time you think it's about to be over, it just picks a new genre. I truly do not think I could ever do this movie justice in describing it. I have so many questions by the end. Like, why is this guy dressed as Fred from Scooby-Doo? Why is this girl dressed like a spider? Why is everyone always roller skating? Who decided these VFX were a good idea? What the heck is this? Who gave this movie a $20 million budget? But if you're looking for a good movie to mock, this is definitely the one. With the soundtrack and Olivia Newton-John's endless charm, it is able to be a so bad it's good movie instead of a just so bad I'm gonna sell my TV one. That said, that's all I got for y'all today. I had a lot of fun making this video, so let me know if you want me to watch any other bad movies. I definitely have a few in mind, or you can comment any ideas you have for me. Thanks so much for watching, gang. I hope you liked the video, and as always, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.